Well, good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I am your host, Journey Ryan. Yes, I'm back, guys. Yesterday, I got hit in the face by the door because the dog slammed through it like a huge moose. And if you notice that I'm not fully using my mouth, there's a reason because it is sore. So, but don't worry, the dog's okay. She's fine. She's just really excited. She's just a puppy. At least I caught it from hitting me in the eye, but not so much my mouth. But I'm very excited, very happy to be here, and I can't wait to talk to each and every one of you. Guys, know that our jumps right now, we are doing jumps. $1 from each one of those jumps is going to St. Jude's Hospital. We're going to be supporting a different charity every month as we go through season 2, which starts September 27th. So please, we look forward to getting the amount that we're looking for. Right now, we're up to 25, not including the jumps that have already started. So guys, thank you for those jumps. We're going to continue to keep building up. At the end of the month, we're going to go ahead and make our donation to St. Jude, and then we will bring forth the next charity that Faith has picked for us, which is an amazing charity. And when we get to that point, when we get there in September 27th, we'll be more than happy to tell you which charity that is and why we chose that one. So it'll be really cool, and I can't wait. So, guys, we're going to keep on picking different charities. We need to spread the love, and your donations don't only help the charities out there, it helps keep this program running and, keeps us going so we can be here for you guys and help you guys get the answers in which you seek. But, guys, it is Wednesday, and that means we are here with none other than Gifts of Faith.
Hey, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good tonight.
Absolutely. Feeling better than I did yesterday. At least I can talk today. Holy moly.
Well, that's an improvement.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't worry. I'm numb from here down.
Oh, goodness.
It's all good. It's all good. But very excited. We got lots of jumps here. We're going to try to get to everybody as fast as we can. Blanca D, get your question ready. You are the first jump. Then we've got Bella. Bella, get your question ready. We'll be taking these questions in just a moment. I hope everybody is ready for the summer or the fall show to come back. And remember, guys, those shows are 2-hour shows, and then you get to talk to that psychic that is on for that day. We've got new psychics coming on board. We've got more shows coming out. So if you are a psychic looking for an amazing place to get readings, give readings, and you want to get yourself out there, don't hesitate to come to mypsychicconnection.com. Sign up as an advisor and get that started. Get you the chance to be on the website and an opportunity to host here on the show and get the opportunity to let people know how you read and how they can find you at My Psychic Connection. Remember, signing up on My Psychic Connection gives you 3 free minutes with your psychic, and then the additional minutes are what the psychic charges per minute. Everybody's at different rates, so you pick and choose who you want to talk to, and that's pretty awesome. Also, guys, no general readings or medical questions. General reads they tend to take longer, so please know what you want. It's easier to do that, especially with the time frame in which we have. So just know that if you guys can please pinpoint your question. All mediumship questions must be done by a jump. We're not answering mediumship unless you jump the list. Also know this, asking what spirit has to say is a general read, and it is also a mediumship reading. So if you think you're going to slip in that way, that's mediumship. Unless you jump, that's how we're going to answer those questions. All right, I hope everybody's ready. Faith, you ready to rock and roll?
Faith, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I think you're taking a minute to think about that. Like,
No,
I don't
just so everybody knows, I muted myself because my dogs are barking.
know.
I'm at the table and I think that my lip gloss is a treat because I didn't give them a treat before the show. So they're barking at me because they want a treat.
No treats for you. No mas. All right. Well, Blanca's here. And Blanca, her question says, I enjoyed my talk with you both, but my question is, I'm going to the eye doctor tomorrow. Will my hubby guide me to the right type of glasses? Because I'm blind and will get my vision back in style this week. Well, Blanca, first things first. He says you better glue them to your face because you lose them more than you see with them. He says you better put those things on a string, put a beeper on there, make sure that you are doing that because you misplace your glasses all the time. When it comes to when it comes to finding the right frames, I do find that you find them. And yes, he will be there to guide you because he says you can't do anything by yourself. Um, he's joking. He's joking. But the thing is that, yeah, I definitely feel as though that you're going to find what you're looking for. Remember to get yourself a string. Do something. Put them on a little chain and keep them around your neck so you don't lose them. She said, oh, my God. Yes, he saw that. Yes, I did. A lot. I lost them a lot. All right, so knowing that you lose them a lot, make sure you get them, like I said, get a little chain. Do something to remind you. Set them in the same places each time if you can. That way you know your go-to spots to get to your glasses. But that was the main thing is like he said you had stylish glasses before and you lost them. He also said keep them out of your mouth. He said to keep them out of your mouth. Does he see the color I choose? I don't think they're one color. I'm seeing like two-tone or something to that nature. So I don't feel like it's a solid color, but he's not saying what color it is. She goes, oh my God, really? Laugh out loud. Okay. Keep them out your mouth. Don't lose them. And I know that you have them with you, and he says you'll wear them on top of your head, but you don't wear them on your face when you should. And start wearing them when you drive. Start wearing them when you drive. You do not wear your glasses when you drive, and you need to wear them. That is what he's saying. It's not just for your safety, but the safety of others, like the other people in the other lane. The whole road is not yours. Just one side of it is. She goes, I'm an awesome driver. Yeah, tell it to your glasses. You're awesome when you're driving with your glasses. But he said to wear them when you drive. You know you're supposed to, no matter how awesome you think you may be. She put a laughing emoji. But, the thing is that he wants you to be safe. You're going to find the right glasses. I don't really feel like you need his choice on the color. I see you finding the right frames for yourself. They look, you don't see that very often, but I don't know. They're like, well, I guess you do. They're not quite round, but they're not square either. So it's your typical glasses shape, I guess, nowadays, because of the way they almost look like regular reading glasses that you could buy at the dollar store, except for yours are prescription and they look cute because they have the colors that you picked out. But I definitely feel like he likes the blues and the greens on you. He really likes the blues and the greens. She says black, chrome, or gunmetal. No. These were two-tone, and he was looking at the blues and the greens. The blue is almost like black. So So is like the blue is almost like a black, but then there's like an undertone underneath that's like a bluish gray color with like maybe a hint of green in it, and it looks really pretty. So you'll see them and you'll be like, oh my God, those are the ones Journey and Faith talked about. Yep, there you go. She says, love it either way. Oh, okay, blue. Hey, honey, I'm telling you, when you see it, you're going to like it. It's not going to be too plain, Jane. It's going to be just right. I'm going to pass this over to Faith, see what she's got for you.
Okay, Blanca. So a couple things. You see my glasses? I'm gonna go up here if you can see them better. These are actually like purple, and what Journey's talking about is on the inside. There's like a different color of purple and black, and then around the front of my frames is like blackish purple, but it's like darker purple. That's kind of what Journey's talking about, but yours will be blue and they'll be very, very pretty. I think they're going to be similar, not exactly like my shape, but similar to my shape. And you'll know them when you see them, just like Journey said. And listen, Belinda, I'm going to tell you right now because I see it. You're going to go between that one and a brown one. You may even like this shell kind of look, but I don't see you getting that. And I also see a red one. Go with the blue one because I think you'll like the blue one best. Also, I was going to tell you this too. Your husband said she really needs to get 2 pairs of glasses because she's going to lose one. And then she's going to be calling y'all asking where her glasses are. So my suggestion to you is to get 2 pairs of glasses if you can. It's not as expensive as it used to be anymore to get 2 pair. I have 2 pair myself. These are my favorite, but if you guys have seen, sometimes I'll wear another pair.
She loses her glasses too all the time.
Well, to be fair, Journey, let's distinguish these for our listeners and watchers. I am a dum-dum, and I break my glass. I've broken this pair of glasses twice, but because it's my favorite pair, I don't want to go get another pair, and I always like to have a spare pair.
Oh, blue, go Panthers, laugh out loud. Oh my God, really, Roberta?
Well, I don't think it's gonna.
That'll piss him off.
Yeah, I don't see it. Now, it might have some Panther blue, okay, but I'm seeing more of a teal. I don't know about Journey, but I see more of a teal color in it also. So just watch for that. And I would get 2 pairs of glasses. So maybe get what you were wanting for yourself and this blue pair. It's not expensive anymore to do that. Like Journey said, sometimes depending on where you're going, it's free. I don't know where you're going to the eye doctor, but I know Sam's Club, if you have a membership, is very reasonable with their glasses. I got lenses for my old frames and these frames and these lenses for $119. So, I mean, as long as you have a membership, it's pretty reasonable, and most places are pretty reasonable now. You can even get your prescription online. If you have your actual prescription, you can buy glasses online now. So just keep that in mind. I do feel he will show you what kind to get. He's also showing me you're going to like some type of pair that's going to have red speckles in it. He says, Blanca, don't get that. Just get 2 pairs because you know you're going to lose 1 pair.
She says, cute, love him already.
He said it's got like red spackle. It's like little red specks. That's what I mean, Sean. But he's saying for you not to get that. He wants you to get the blue that Journey saw. And I see the blue pair. They're very pretty. But just know that. Maybe get the red spackle and get the blue. But I'm also seeing a tortoise kind too. So I think you're going to have several pairs that you like. I actually see you staying in the frame section for like 45 minutes because you can't make a choice.
So
So
you guys are always awesome. Laugh out loud. Thanks, honey bunny.
you're welcome. You'll have to send us a picture.
Absolutely.
Say I chose these.
All
I
right.
love glasses though. I think it makes you look distinguished and intelligent. You know, a lot of people like to get those surgeries now for their eyes and get contacts. Not me. I love my glasses. But I've had glasses since I was 9. So
All right. Norma Brown, you must have went to the wrong show because last night was Nikki. So that show aired. This show's live, honey. Just so you know. All right. But we have you down for our jump, so we get to you after we get through to Bella, because Bella was next for her question, and then you were next in line. All right. So Bella says, "Hi, just wanted to screen record the info from earlier regarding my abilities, and if it's just seeing, will it be hearing gifts also, and can I get tuned into more as well if it's healthy regarding my healing, being he is the first spirit I'd see." Okay, so what I see here is the energy that's going through that right now. As we were talking about, sometimes when psychics go through, now some psychics they don't even pay attention to their gift to a point where they don't even realize they have it. And then something traumatic happens to them in their lifetime, which forces them to open back up, which forces you to a state of your life of innocence, because it shakes you to your core. That means it shakes you all the way back to your innocence. What happens when you're in your innocence? You're open to everything. You're open to the Easter Bunny. You're open to Santa Claus. You're open to, Disney princesses. You know what I mean? You believe there's mermaids in the ocean. I mean, that's that innocence, because we are made to believe certain things as children, and then we grow up and they're like, that ain't real. What? You mean I'm not going to be a princess? No. You could be someone's princess, but you're not ruling the land, honey. You're not ruling the land. So the thing is, so when you went through your traumatic state, everything that you went through, you found yourself going, oh, wait a minute. What is this? So then you saw his image. Now, this is 14 days after the funeral itself, the wake, everything. So it's 14 days afterwards. Now, the reflection in the mirror, seeing him in front of you. Now you're going to, the reason you're seeing him is because that's the spirit that's near you right now. So you basically, it's like you light a candle. What kind of candle do you have right now? Right now, I would say your spiritual gifts is the equivalent of a birthday candle. So it's there's a light there. It's glowing. It's getting brighter, because the further that wick goes down, the longer that flame gets, because it's melting away all that wax. It's the beginning stages of your ability. Now, as we get to seeing your spirit a little bit more, you're going to start seeing a second one. And then you'll start seeing a third one. So then you go to a bigger candle. You burnt out the birthday candle. The door is open. Now you're at this other candle. So, eventually you get to like volcano strength, like super volcano, and it's just spewing fire constant. So that's pretty much where I'm at, like a big ball of the sun, always shooting this energy out and always picking up. So that's why everything gets attracted to the mediums. The more you use it, the more attracted they start seeing it, like, hey, there's the phone booth. We can talk to people through them. So same thing with faith, or like two suns sitting together. So they're attracted. That's why they come through. That's why they talk with us. That's why we're able to discuss so much with you guys. When it comes to this, it does develop with time. Now that you are aware of it, you're going to continue to keep finding yourself seeing little things here and there. Now, don't dismiss it, because the minute you start dismissing it, you start putting out that flame. You just lit it. Anything can blow out a birthday candle, so don't dismiss what you're seeing. Don't try to go, oh, well, that was this. Oh, that was that. Try to make an excuse as to why or what you're seeing, hearing, or feeling. Now, it does develop to where it's not just seeing, it's also feeling. So when you're developing your gift, it's not going to all be there at once. It takes time. Most of the time, some people just see and don't hear. Some people hear and don't see. Some people choose to only hear and not see, not name any names, Faith. And that way
I knew you were going to do that to me. I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, if I have it, I'm going to use it. So
thanks, Journey.
No problem. But that's what I'm seeing right now. So you're in the beginning stage. Just embrace it and allow yourself to. Don't be scared of it. It's nothing to be scared of. You're not being harmed in any way. And if you need any more advice on that, or you need to talk to us about it, you can talk to Faith, myself, or some of the other psychics on the website, and we'll be more than happy to go over that with you. But right now, I'm going to be passing this over to Faith to see what she's got for you. Faith?
Hey, Bella. So, a couple things. First of all, I want to apologize to you because I know you've been trying to reach me on the site, and I will be on tomorrow afternoon if you still want to have a private read. Now, as far as your question, just like Journey said, it takes time. I've been doing readings for 24 years. And to be honest, just like Journey said, I really fight with mediumship. I didn't want mediumship. I even told them, please don't come to me because I'll pee my pants and be across the other side. I don't want to see you. Period. So they don't actually show themselves to me in a physical apparition because I would pee my pants. So when I see them, like if you ask questions about your husband or if Blanca does, I see them in my mind's eye. The tunnel is behind them and the light is very bright behind them. And then I will hear them talking to me in my mind as you're asking your questions, and I'm trying to relay back what they're saying to me or showing me because the energy is very fast, it's very quick, and we have to interpret it. And based on the spirit, it can be very different also. But here's the thing. Mediumship, if you don't know how to do it properly when you're first starting out, it can be very draining because it's a different kind of energy. It's not that it's harder to read. It's just different. It takes more energy from you. So you have to be very careful. But just like Journey said, the more you open yourself up to it, the more they'll come to you. Don't be scared of it. They're not going to hurt you. Now, I will say this. I see what I call shadow people, which Journey says that's just spirits trying to hide from us.
That's what they're doing. They're scrambling. They're like, oh, shit, she can see us. Run! And
I've usually seen them when I'm first waking up. Like, that stage where you're first waking up and you aren't completely awake. I've seen them and I'm like, people, I'm just waking up, man. Or I have actually thought I dreamt something and I didn't dream it. I was awake and saw them. But for me, I don't want to see them. But that's just my personal preference. If you want to see them, though, or if you don't want to hear them, tell them. They'll stop. Most spirits are considerate and don't want to bother you. But I will say I've had a few mediumship readings where after the reading, they're still bugging me. And I'm like, Holy crap, I hope your relative calls back because this is a lot of info and I'm not on the call anymore. But, just know that it takes time. Ease yourself into it. Don't be scared of it. Like Journey said, don't dismiss it. Because no matter what kind of ability you have, and this statement goes to everybody, Bella, not just you, but no matter what ability you have, if you're truly gifted and you're meant to help people with this, even when you have other professions, if you don't acknowledge this, it'll still come through and you'll be like, well, I'm a truck driver or I'm a fireman. Why am I seeing this? Or why am I feeling this? Or why do I pick this up off of this person? That's because no matter what your profession, your gift is still going to come through. Even when you fight it, it may not come through as strong. You might ignore it. My grandmother has it, I think, and she always just says when she tells me stuff, it's like random, like grandmotherly advice, and I'll go, okay, Grandma, and she'll go, that's because I've lived a long time, and I'm like, okay, that was really random advice, but thanks, Grandma. So, some people don't acknowledge it like that, but you can do this. It takes time. If you have questions or you're scared of it or any little thing, call me or Journey or do a jump on here. You will see your husband more, but I have a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot more than your husband at weird random times. And I see you in the bathroom even, and you're going to see somebody and you're going to be like, what the hell? Get the hell out of here. I'm peeing. And you're going to call me and Journey and be like, oh my gosh, it was a random family member, I think, and I saw them. But, it's an interesting gift to have. Like I don't want to see Journey's. They float all around Journey's house. I don't want to see them though.
I don't let them in my bathroom. That's the no-no area. All right. Well, thanks, Bella. I appreciate your question tonight.
No spirits or animals allowed in the bathroom, Journey.
Oh, that is my time. That's the dead zone, unless I authorize it on purpose. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to need Norma Brown to get your question ready. We're going to take that question right after this break. And Bella says, thank you. Laugh my ass off.
You're fine. We're glad we could help, Bella.
All right, Norma, get your question ready. You'll be next after the break. And then Balaka D, get your question ready. You jumped twice. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, and we are back. Caught in the end. You had that look on your face like you were doing something
Well,
wrong.
let me tell you what happened. Pills fell onto the floor. My pill bottle fell onto the floor. So
Oh, no.
during the break, my dog had the pill bottle in her mouth, and I was scared
Perfect.
she was gonna get it open. And I was like, chasing to give me the pill bottle.
Not good, but good thing you got it. All right, Norma Brown, go ahead and throw us your question, Norman, or Norma. Norma, go ahead and throw us your question, honey.
Maybe she's still writing it out, Journey.
Honey, you need to send it to us now. I don't see it. That's why we say hold on to it until,
We call you.
yeah, that's why I said get it ready for after the break. I'm trying to scroll up to see if I find anything. Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm still
Did she say
scrolling.
she already sent it, Journey?
Did, okay. It's the very last thing that happened here. I almost lost it. One more person said something, we would have lost it. All right, Norma, here we go. She said, so what happened for me to lose my family since my niece is murdered, has been arrested? All right, so what has happened for me to lose my family since my niece's murder has been arrested? Her murderer was arrested. It's like I'm crap now. Everything I said is wrong. So what is wrong with me? Faith, is this what she told us about? Look, the thing about it is that even though you were the one talking about it and trying to, do your best to try to find out what happened, what's happening here is that the murder is now fresh. It's like it happened yesterday. So everybody's in this mood. And, you're trying to tell them, like, look, this is what we've been doing. This is what I've been trying to get done. This is what that's just, to me, this is where they're at. They're not willing to, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to be a part of it. They don't want to look at it. They don't, they're not seeing this for what it is that finally something's happening here to solve the issue, to solve the mystery. But because you were the one that was continuously fighting for it, you were the one that was continuously looking for it, and now they have a guilty feeling of their own. They weren't doing anything to go out of their way to see what would happen, to see what this was. They just said, they basically left it up to whoever was investigating. I don't see them putting forth much effort at all. And now something's happening, and now they're all like, oh, well, now I feel guilty. I didn't do anything. They could catch the person. So now they're feeling like, oh, well, that's not right. This is not the way that I thought it would go. I thought they would never catch anybody and that would be it. And you're like, no, I'm fighting until I get to the bottom of it, until I know what happened. I need to know what happened. And they didn't put forth that effort. So a guilty conscience is a terrible thing. And yeah, you're the person they're going to push away because you're the one that was fighting for it. They weren't. And now there's some type of justice here that they didn't think they were going to get. They've all put it underneath their hats because they didn't think they were ever going to see the light of day. And now, here we are. Truth being untold, the truth being told here. Something's happening. They didn't search for it. They didn't feel good about it. They thought it was never going to happen. And you're like, see, I told you guys we can make this happen. She goes, so true. And then she said, they didn't think it was anyone but a biker. Correct. They didn't want to see anything that was real other than their suspicion. And they were going to leave it at that because they thought that nothing was ever going to come of it. They thought it was going to be a mystery, and this was something that they could talk about for years to come. It was some big mystery. Well, it's not a mystery. This was a murder. There was a plot. There was a person who did it. Now it's coming to the surface. And now they're like, is she reflecting on me? I could have done something about this. They're just ate up with their own guilt. Don't take it personally. Let them have their moment. Let them do it by themselves. Because you know what? They're feeling guilty. You're not. You're happy that something's been done. But they weren't doing anything to help you. And they didn't believe you either. That's the thing. They didn't believe you. They didn't think anything would come of it. You would never find the answers. You would never know what was going to happen. And they were okay with that. They pretty much made their peace until this happened. When that happened, it destroyed everything. All that La La Land garbage they had in their head, destroyed. And the person who kept it together, that continued to keep fighting, was you. So the one person they're going to push away is you. They're going to hide. Well, they can't hide if you're standing in front of them, so they're going to push you away. And that's what's going on right now. I'm going to pass over to Faith. Let's see what she's got. Faith?
Hey, sweetie. So your niece was talking to me as Journey was reading your question. And your niece told me to tell you, and I'm just going to be really blunt. She said, stop worrying about this. Stop. It's not going to change anything. Whatever the other family members and other people feel, she doesn't want you to worry about it. You need to let it go. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. If you thought that solving this was going to bring you guys close together because you felt like the family was broken from this, it's not really right now, because your other family members are hurting. Just like Journey said, this has made it fresh. Now they have to go through all the things just like you do, of hearing about it and having the justice happen. And they don't want to, because they didn't want to think about what happened to her. That's what this really is. And you wouldn't stop fighting to find out what happened to her. They don't want to think about it because it was tragic and it was brutal and it wasn't right. And it was all of a sudden and it wasn't what they thought it would be. But she doesn't want you to worry about it. I do feel like your family will slowly come back together, but I'm going to be really honest with you. There's going to remain this tension off and on for quite some time. I do feel like December is going to be a little bit, it'll be a little bit difficult, just because people are still going to be dealing with this and processing with it. Your niece is showing
me. Sounds like her, but it hurts when we need to be together.
Listen, this is what you have to remember, sweetheart, is that I know you want that family unity. I understand that. And I do realize that your family has always been like that, okay? But your family has also not had something this tragic happen to this degree, okay?
Backed away, far away.
And it's not going to... This is something that everybody processes their grief differently. For you, helping to figure this out and find all this stuff out, that was processing your grief. But your other family members did not do that way, Norma. That's the problem, okay? And I know you're wanting you guys to mourn together and be like, yes, victory. We know what happened now. but it's just opened up wounds for your other family members. Your niece keeps showing me she has purple flowers for you. Okay, they're purple. And she's handing them to me to hand to you. And she says, I love you, but you have to stop. You have to stop worrying about that they're not reacting the way that you want them to. Because you thought if this was figured out that it would take his stress off, that everybody would know, that everybody would feel at ease because you got justice. But that's not how some of the families seeing it. They're seeing it like, okay, so we were wrong, and this has pulled open our wounds, and now we have to hear more about it. And why do we have to hear more about it? Because it hurts. See, they're grieving differently than you. That's where the disconnect comes with them, is that they're grieving differently than you. So they don't really understand it, how you are handling all this, and they can't. They just want it to go away. Not saying it's going to go away, but that's their coping mechanism. And Journey can attest to this as well as me, as well as a lot of other listeners and people who are watching. Some people and some families, that's how they cope. They just ignore it and they think, oh, it'll go away. That pain will go away, but it doesn't. It just gets buried. Just know that your family and you will reunite and be better, but it's not going to be right now. And you're going to have to let them go through the things that they're going to go through. It's just, it will get better, Norma. It's just going to take some time. And if you want to talk more about it in detail, you can always reach me on the site. I'll be on sometime tomorrow evening, afternoon time. So.
All right. All right, guys. Remember, rude comments need to keep to yourself. If you have an opinion, and it coincides with something, I get you guys all talk and have fun in here. That's great. We love it. But remember, keep your comments to yourself if they're not nice. All right. We're going to keep on going, guys. So far, guys, for this week, since we started, so far for this week, what we've got for St. Jude is we've got $30 donated so far.
That's
we're going to
awesome.
go until... So far, we're going to... let's take a look here. We got until next week. That's when the summer show's in. We're going to take what we've made from that, and we're going to give it to St. Jude. We'll do our donation, and then we're going to go into season 2, which starts September 27th. Remember, guys, we are here 5 nights a week, this week and next week, and then we go on our break. We'll be back on the 27th. We're going to have a great time. The shows will go back to 2 hours, and of course, we've got our 2-hour Friday shows with Journey Ryan and Gifts of Faith, and our banter.
Favorite. It's like,
guys, remember,
fun
if you don't get in today, remember, we're going to be here. And we're going to have a lot of fun for these next 2 days. And then we'll come back again on Monday and do it all over again. But we want to get as many people in as possible. If you can't reach us, you can always go to the website. You can give us a call or chat. Since we have our chat system on there, guys, you guys can chat with us on there. Or you can call us at mypsychicconnection.com. Don't forget, you guys get 3 free minutes when you talk to your advisor. When you sign up. And each additional minute is whatever the advisor is charging per minute. Guys, it's a great way to get a one-on-one reading when you don't have the opportunity to, let's say, maybe you work during nighttime and you can't get on the night shows, but sometimes you have a day off every once in a while and you see us and you're like, man, I really wish I could talk to them. You can do it. We've got more shows on the horizon, guys. So I'm telling you right now, My Psychic Connection is going to have a plethora of shows that's going to be here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and of course on iHeartRadio and everywhere else you guys get your podcasts. So, Blanca D, go ahead and toss your question. LaToya, get your question ready. And that way you can be ready when Blanca is done, because I'm waiting on Blanca here. She says, oh my God. I had to say it that way because I can hear her now. Oh my God. Would love to see Spirit. I'd finally have someone to, if I wanted, can make it happen. Or is it only for the gifted? But I feel my gifts in my dreams. I see things more clearly and get signs and past loved ones too. All right. So Blanca, when it comes down to you getting your gift or developing your gift. So everyone, and I'm going to repeat this, everyone has a gift. Everyone. Now, everyone may not have mediumship. Everyone may not have, clairvoyant, clairaudient, all these different, there's so many ways to have your gift. They may not always be in the way that you want them to be, but everybody has a gift. Some people are good with numbers. Some people are good with words. Some people write down things that they're not even thinking. Why? Because that wasn't their thinking. That was spirit guiding their hand and writing them a message. There are certain things that we do to ourselves that we don't realize, and we just think that's just a little quirkiness that I do, or I just do this, and and it just happens. It's not a coincidence that just happened. What I'm seeing here is that, things are coming, that will come to you. Like, you get the signs, you feel it, you feel it in your dreams. You know why people get stuff in their dreams? The reason they get things in their dreams is because it's easier in the sleep state because the mind is not so busy. During the day, your mind is going 150 miles an hour. While you're sleeping, it's barely going 45. Hell, some people it's barely going 5. But the thing is that yes, you're going to start there in your dream state. The other thing is that something I know that you do is that you tell yourself, "Oh, that's this. Oh, that's that." So the first time you get the opportunity, you run. You're like, "Oh, I blame it on something else. That ain't what that is." And you just dismiss it. Stop dismissing it. We just got done telling Bella the same thing. Once you start developing, you cannot dismiss what you're seeing. Because once you do that, all you're doing is closing that door back shut. And it takes something major to jar that back open, unless you have the right teacher, which on that end takes tons of practice in order to get that door to even open. So when you have these events happen to you and you start getting these signs and you start feeling these things, you need not to shut the door or dismiss. Just because when you grew older, the Santa Claus was not real, the Easter Bunny wasn't real, there's a reason these holidays exist, but we get told as kids these simple things because it's easier to tell the children about the simple things than it is to talk about the complex things that they actually came from. And on top of that, they try to take these tragedy days and turn them into happy ones. So they're trying to take, look at Valentine's Day. Do you really think that was a day of love? If you look up the real information about what Valentine's Day was, you're going to find out it was not a Hershey-filled day. Nobody was giving people roses. Just saying. And the kind of rings you were getting were not made of gold.
Journey, you're going to scare them. They're going to go look that up and be like, holy crap.
Look it up. Look it up. I tell you, to know that you want to know one's truth, to start researching and find that truth. Now, I'm not saying don't go out and celebrate that day because it's something completely different. It's not what it was back then. That's what I'm saying. They covered it up. They made it a happy day. Now you got a little fat baby with wings wearing a diaper shooting people with bow and arrows of love. So, they tried to change it, which I don't think that that's a bad thing, but also knowing the truth of something is another, knowing your truths. So that's like sugarcoating a bad day. If you put sugar on a dog turd, it doesn't make it a brownie. It's still a dog turd. It's just got sugar on it. So know your truths. No, look at these holidays. There's always something more to it. But I'm going to tell you, Blanca, you do have and possess, just like everyone else, the ability to do something. We can work on that and find out what that something is. It could be mediumship. It could be just clear audience. It could be many things. But we can get down to the bottom of it. But I'm going to pass this over to Faith because my time is up.
Okay. So, Blanca, the thing is, just like Journey said,
Journey, you know more than a textbook. I know him for answers to my questions. You're awesome.
Just like Journey said, we all have abilities to an extent. Everyone's ability is different. But we have to open ourselves up to it. And you are very, oh, it was this, or it was that, or was that really him, or was that my mom, or, so you can't question it. Even if you don't know where it comes from, when you receive messages like that, you say, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. I acknowledge that. What are you trying to tell me in that message? Because it may not be who you're wanting to hear from, but it's still a valid message. And the more you open yourself up, whether it's mediumship or another ability, the more that it will come through. It's just something that has to be worked on, and it takes time. It's not an instantaneous thing. It doesn't happen overnight. Journey's been reading a long time, and so have I. I mean, years and years and years.
25 plus.
Yeah, and I've been doing stuff since I was a kid. So, and reading professionally for 24. So, I mean, it's a lot. And it can be challenging, but it is rewarding too, to help people and to see that you make a difference. It really, really is. And if you want to work on it, just like Journey said, it is something that you can work on and that can be worked on. So just know that, Blanca. And know that anybody who's watching. And if you need our help, we'll help you. Maybe we can start a class. That's not just for tarot. But, you can, if you want to see them, tell them you want to see them. But know that they will pop up anytime they want. It's not going to be exclusive to that second you go, hey, Mom, I want to see you.
Says, allow yourself to see my husband. He's handsome. Just
I see
fall
him.
in love. She said, but just don't fall in love.
Blanca, I do see him. I do see him in my mind. I just don't want to see him
physically
because y'all don't understand. I'm a big scaredy cat, okay? I don't even watch scary movies. Okay?
I don't look at my camera anymore when I leave my office and the camera's on and she's still in here. She sees him walking through my office. She stops watching.
I'm like, Journey, yeah, I'm gonna go do something. When you come back, call her. He wanted me to come visit, and I was like, I'm not coming to visit. I'm not. He's like, why? We have a guest room and a bathroom. I'm like, no. He's like, why? And I'm like, because your chimes go off, and I'm not going to come to visit because I used to live 3 hours from Journey. And Journey, I know you just moved that chime. Don't even perpetrate because I heard it. You jerk.
Gotta love it.
Because I know me. I go visit Journey, be sleeping in a guest room, and somebody be like, hi, Faith. And I'd be like, I'm sleeping in your room on the floor, Journey. I know y'all never thought a psychic could be scared of spirits, but I will, if I see one physically, I will pee my pants.
She says, laugh out loud, love you guys. Thank you. Glad he speaks to you guys. Absolutely. And he speaks to you, you just don't listen.
He does. You just get scatterbrained. And Journey, you talk about people's minds being slow when they're asleep. Your mind doesn't get slow. Your mind goes
Listen. I am different.
Yes, you are.
Hey, the sleep doctor was freaked out. I don't know what to tell him. He says, you have the brain of someone who is awake doing 100 tasks while you're sleeping. I said, why do you think I need something to knock me out? I want to sleep and I can't. You know, they say that women minds, when they get ready to go to bed, ask 6 questions to themselves and they repeat it. Mine has 6,927 questions and go, did you get that done? Or you're going to do this? Okay, then we're going to do this. And then I pass out. My brain's still doing that while I'm sleeping, only because I'm exhausted or my eyes closed.
I cover myself up with a blanket over
Catherine,
my head.
Catherine says, I want to visit. I'll give the kids $20 and tell them to order a pizza. Very funny. All right, Latoya, go ahead and throw us your question. You are the last question of the night, Latoya. Come on down, girl. Where are you at? There you are. All right, guys. Latoya is the last question of the night. If you guys didn't get a question answered tonight, check us out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, and I think it's 7 p.m.
Mountain. 7 Mountain, I think. Isn't it?
No. All right. She says, Latoya says, my favorite people. She goes, does my father have a message for me since he died in, I'm assuming, what, May? Last year, I keep getting, I don't know if that's May or March, but it's MI. I keep getting doctors or clients from MI all day just before I got the news happened again last week. Someone else there died, not an unexpected package is coming next week from there. I've been having hell to get back to Texas. Get here. I'm assuming vehicle towed, and the world is due this week. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. So from what I'm picking up from this message is that you want to know if your father has a message from you or a message for you since he died. You keep getting these messages from MI, and now there's a package coming from there, Michigan. Okay. I figured Michigan, but I wasn't sure. It just died in Michigan last year. Okay. Makes more sense to me now. Sorry. So, and then you got the unexpected package. So yeah, so your father's definitely trying to, well, the only thing that you're trying to do is get back to Texas. Basically, he's saying, run! Use whatever money you can, get the hell out of there, and get your ass home. That's what he is saying. Oh, yeah, by the way, Y is going to be trying to communicate. I keep seeing that. That's the other thing he's saying. Leave that dude alone. Don't answer. Do not answer. Don't answer. No. That's why he's sending so many damn messages. He's like, please don't. Don't let this get in your way. Don't let this steal your focus. It's time for you to start focusing on yourself and leave this shit behind you. You don't need it anymore. You are getting worn down, Latoya. It is kicking your ass. Oh, she says we haven't spoken. Yeah, get ready. Get ready, because he's about to send some more messages. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do not answer. No. Answer is no. 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 Do not answer. Ghost his ass. Casper the friendly ghost. I don't give a shit. Don't answer. Just don't answer. Okay, so as for other messages, he's telling you it's time to get things back on track. This is why he's trying to reach out, because everyone seems to want to pull you in their direction. They want you to do what they want you to do. Well, Latoya, I got news for you. Do what the hell you want to do. Screw everybody else right now. This is a time for you to focus on you. A time for you to focus on you. Nobody else. You. This is time to get your business ideas flowing and moving faster. Get things straightened out the way you need them to be. Right now, I feel like you're running out of energy. He's doing everything in his power to support you. He says, I love you. I want you to do what's right for you. Hanging out with these people are doing nothing but draining you dry. It's taking away your energy from the things that you need and the things that you feel that are important to you. No one's listening to you. You keep talking and everybody's hearing this. Boo! When you speak, no one's really listening. So what happens when you hear that annoying noise? You tune it out. And then you just say whatever the hell you feel like saying. That's not what you need in your life. She goes, it took everything to get to Texas. My vehicle was told, hold gone 2 months. Yeah, see? Get the hell away. She says it was draining. Exactly. Now cut the sons of bitches off. Boom, boom, boom. Put up walls. Stop talking. Friendly ghost. Done. You're done. Right now, for these next 2 months, you need to focus directly on you. This is all about you. This is about your finances. This is about rebuilding everything that you want for yourself. Don't let Y get involved. Don't let the family get involved. Don't let your niece get involved. Don't let anyone bother you. Don't let anyone bother you. You got a couple girlfriends that you can hang out with. Hang out with them, but don't talk about business. Don't talk about too much of what they're doing, because everybody's going to try to hold stuff against you right now. It's not a time to really be dig deep to talk to somebody, unless you're talking to myself or to Faith, But I'm going to tell you this. You need to focus on you right now. Don't let anybody take advantage of you. I'm going to pass it to Faith. What has he got, Faith?
Hey, listen. Yes, your was over here with me. That's why Journey said that. Your dad comes across as very dapper. Like he's like a charmer. Like, I was the man. I am the man. And he's got a very sweet spirit, but a very strong presence. And he is saying to you, this is his wording. He says, baby girl, stop. This is not
true.
This guy is not for you. Yeah, he's showing me he wore a hat. And he said, I always look good. Always looked good. He walked kind of like, just the way he walked was precious. And he always had to smell good. But he's saying to you to leave Dum Dum alone. Okay? He says, why do you feel the necessity to entertain Dum Dum? I raised you better than that. And before Journey finished reading your question, and I can't see the questions very well unless I really go up to the screen because of my vision. He kept telling me, tell her she needs to get the car fixed or get a new car. She tries to be cheap about certain things, and she can't be cheap about this. That's what he said to tell you. And he also said he's tired. I'm just going to be very blunt with you because he's cursing at me. He says, I'm tired of her complaining about Dum Dum. I don't want her to do it. He's not even worth a complaint. He says, just let it go. He says, let the fool go. Let that fool go. That's what he told me to tell you. And he's just sending you a lot of love. He says, you want somebody to treat you like a queen. He says, I know what my daughter wants. He says, but she doesn't even treat herself like a queen, and I want better things for her.
So that's my dad.
He says, go back. And don't keep going back and forth all the time between places. He says she's restless. She's restless. He says, she used to be focused when she was younger, but she's let worry. He says, your worry is like an infestation. He's showing me bugs symbolically in your mind
She
that
says,
eat at your.
why do I get signs before someone dies in Michigan?
Because that's just the way that Spirit wants to communicate with you to prepare you. Sometimes the way they show us stuff is odd, and Journey can tell you that too. Sometimes we get stuff and we're like, why are you showing me this? But it makes sense later. And sometimes they try to ease us into things. I had a dream that I was at a doctor's office with a friend, and I heard a voice say, he's very sick, Faith. And then 2 days later, he was diagnosed with a heart condition that he had no idea he had, and I didn't either. You know, Spirit will tell you things the way Spirit wants to tell you things, or the way that Spirit thinks you'll take things easier. Sometimes it's, just, and your Father guards over you. More so than any other spirit around you, your Father's presence is very strong because you were very special to him. He says, she was the most like me. He says, she doesn't think she is, but she was very like me. He says, she's stubborn, she's resilient, she's got a quiet streak. He says, but she'll tell you off in a heartbeat. And that's how I raised her to be. But for some reason with Dum Dum, she won't. And he just keeps saying, tell her I said, don't entertain that fool.
She goes, I get clients or doctors from Michigan day before they die. And she goes, I am, and that's me.
It's just it's a link to your Father. It's a connection to him. That's all. And he knows that you'll link that in. That's all. It's not meant for you to be the intuitive, like have intuitive ability of how people died in Michigan. But it's just a connection to him. He's just sending you so much love. And you know what?
She said creepy.
Well, I mean, that's nothing. That's nothing. But it's just a form of your abilities coming out and connection to spirit. And I think it's your Father trying to show you stuff too, and just show you in his own way that he's around you. You're not causing those things or anything, so don't worry about it.
I love you, Dad.
Oh, he loves you too. He says, get the damn car fixed or get a new car. And this is what he says to me. Stop trying to act. This is not me. LaToya, just know. He says, stop trying to act like you don't have money. You have money for everything else. Get the damn car fixed or get a new one. And don't try to be cheap about it either, because I raised you better.
I was just going to say, he was talking about pinching pennies.
Yeah. And this is not my verbiage, because the way he's saying it, I'm like, I don't want to say that. He says, I love her, but she's cheap. He says she's not cheap about getting her nails done or taking care of her skin or buying a nice thing for her apartment or wherever she lives. But she's cheap about okay, I'm just gonna be real. He says she's cheap about the damn.
I'm not trying to be homeless.
He says, you know what? He says, I get that, but I don't want you to be vehicle-less too or out on the street because you were cheap. He says, learn what to be cheap about, and a car is not one of them. And he keeps saying, baby girl. He says, tell her I love her and I will come to her when she needs me. And then he's actually, I don't get this very much, but he's telling me thank you. And not every spirit says thank you, but he took his hat off. He has a hat on. He took his hat off and he said, thank you, ma'am.
It's very nice.
Yeah, because they don't always do that.
She goes, I want a new vehicle, no money.
You'll have one.
It's coming.
You'll have one soon, actually.
Absolutely. All right, Latoya, thank you so much for your question tonight. Guys, that is it. That is the end of this show. If you guys didn't get a read tonight, you can find us at mypsychicconnection.com, or you can come back tomorrow at 10 p.m., 9 Central, and 7 Pacific. Until
Don't say that.
I'm trying not to, but you had to point it out. Had to point it out. I can't use my bottom lip that well right now, so... Jenny says, I'll be back Friday. Woo! She wants to come back for 2 hours of fun.
That's because she wants to ask us more than one question.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah, it is.
But remember, guys, every donation you guys put out there, we send $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. They do amazing work. They help so many families and children with the research that they do, guys. Remember, you helping us gives us the opportunity to help them. We get to spread the love. We love that. We love you. This has been an amazing show tonight. I'm so glad we got to connect to everybody. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Faith, of course, it's always a pleasure working with your little micro machine ass.
Don't say that because they don't know that I'm a dork.
They don't know you're 4 foot nothing. 4 foot nothing.
I'm short. I can't even get into a regular height bed, hardly.
I got to get her a step ladder. She'll be fine. Don't worry, guys. She'll get some rest sometime soon.
When I'm basically related to you, we're about the same.
Well, I'm 6'2", so.
No, I mean as far as we stay up and don't get.
Oh yeah, this is true. So yeah,
we both stay up.
But that's the life we live right now. So, all right, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Bye, everybody.
Faith, love your face. I'm going to see you tomorrow. It's going to be another great show, and then we've got Friday with 2 hours. I can't wait. I can't wait to pick on you. I'm going to find some new material to pick on you about, but don't worry, it'll come to me quick. All right, guys. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.